And we're going to do this little experiment here, and we're going to compare the mono program on this DS2 to the fast program. I've got a Standing Liberty quarter here, I guess it is. It's worn, but it is an old one, you know. I got that old nail there. Now we're going to be coming across. Now it's about 3.5 inches. It's going to be 3.5 inches above and off to the side of this quarter here. Before I put this quarter down there, though, we're going to check the fast program. Default silencer of 2, 90 sensitivity, both programs. Disc is default in the fast, and I've let the disc down to 6.0 in the mono program. So there's the fast program. 2.5 reactivity, the iron volume is off. Okay, we're going to be sweeping just like so. Okay, and here's the old mono program. You don't hear anything there, okay? There goes the old quarter, silver quarter, okay? Now this is 25 kilohertz. I'm going to hold the call. I'm going to raise the call a little bit. See, it goes bye-bye, okay? Fast program. That's square tones in the fast program. All right, I'm going to move the quarter over a little more closer to the nail. Fast program. You get to hear that, okay? Now, this is the mono program at 25 kilohertz. Now, remember, when you're hunting let's say you're in a relic site where there's some iron, you're not going to run this machine at 7.5 kilohertz, 4 kilohertz. You're going to have to get the frequency up to find the lower conductors in the iron, okay? And I made a comment over there on the Dankowski's website. Well, that's what you run into. Yeah, you can take a DS1 in a high-frequency call, and you can go in there and do very well with the low conductors, okay? The problem you run into, though, see, is you got the machine set up for that. Say you're running it in the mid-band range. Oh, yeah. That machine will outperform a DS1 low-frequency call in iron on low conductors. Because the frequency's higher on it, okay? So here's mono. You see the difference in the signal? Just barely does catch that thing. Fast program. Okay. Now what we can do is we'll put this nail down here. Let's just see what happens when we put the nail down there like so. Maybe you can see that in that camera there. Let's just see what this 25 kilohertz in this mono program does to this. Okay, so she's doing pretty good there. So let's shift her on in until we get a fail or a borderline signal. So we went bye-bye there. Okay, let's go to fast and see what we get. See that? I'm even getting a 90 in the window. All right. Back to mono, 25 kilohertz. You see there? So if you was in a site, you know, yeah, you dig low conductors, but you could have some high conductors being masked. Mono program on this machine, and it's behaving a lot like my low frequency call does with equivalent frequencies. I could only assume or presume that the 9-inch high-frequency coil on a DS1 would behave in equivalent frequency to this thing here. Now, you can run the frequency higher on the 9-inch high-frequency coil, but I don't believe running that thing up there past at 50 kilohertz is going to do you any good, okay? Not on what, it might, on gold, gold nuggets, things like that, yes. But I'm talking about hunting relics, not BBs, not BB-sized targets. That's 2.5 reactivity, Deus model, 25 kilohertz. Wonder what that old Vista X would do on that right there. When it run up there, or that gold gain unit runs on 30, don't it? Would it hit that quarter right there? If it had a 9-inch coil on it? Well, this machine here sure won't do it at 25 kilohertz. What I will do, there's 32 kilohertz. You hear anything? All right. We're going to back the frequency off on this thing. There's 17 kilohertz. You hear anything? Okay. 13 kilohertz. Now, if you run this machine at 13 kilohertz, the relic side, you're going to miss some relics, okay, in iron. Hear anything? So all I'm going to do is just hop over here to the old fast program. Look at there. All right? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the quarter. Hear anything? Put the quarter back down. Look at that. Back to mono. Now I'll increase the frequency on it. 25 kilohertz, probably a good frequency, to run in a relic site. Let's just put it this way. It was until this machine come out. How's that sound? So you can see that this machine sort of obsoleted the round HF coil equivalent size. Okay? That right there sort of indicates to me that's what's happened. Because you can go into a relic site and not only find, everybody assumes, they're looking for low conductors, and that's how it used to be, okay? Everybody was buying these machines that were more or less made more for gold nuggets. Now here's 4.4 kilohertz, look at there. Now if I turn on this target, oh yeah, 4.4 is gonna bust it wide open, but what about when you hit this thing like that in a wild? Okay. So you have a more universal, you're attacking a site from both ends. I'm not saying the fast program on this machine is going to find every mass target in a site. Some of it's too mass. But you can click, look at it, I've got that call up there, boys. That's 5 inches over that quarter. Okay. So anybody's trying to tell me this machine is more or less, it's like a DS1 equivalent in iron, well, I don't believe a word of that, okay? Now, it can be on certain situations, but when you start putting high conductors in the equation, this DS2 right here, boys, definitely has advantage around iron, okay? From an odds perspective. I've done a lot of tests with this machine, okay? This is not the only test I've done, and I've been in some sites. And truthfully, I probably found more higher conductors than I found lower conductors chasing behind the old JS HF coil. Okay? I hope you enjoyed.